In this review and installation, I'm going to talk about the Odin Works XMR-2. The XMR stands for Extended Magazine Release for your AR-15 based rifle. Now, if you want an in-depth review and installation, I previously did a review of the Odin Works XMR, the previous generation to this item. Primarily in this video, I'm going to discuss the differences between the original XMR and the XMR2 shown here. I've been running the original XMRs on several rifles without problems, but I decided to pick up an XMR2 and install it and try it just to see what the reasoning behind the change in the design. Now, the original XMR weighed in at 0.15 of an ounce. This XMR2 shown here is 0.1 ounce, so it is a little bit lighter. It is designed specifically to be compatible with the Magpul BAD lever. That's the battery assist device, and supposedly there were issues using the original XMR and the Magpul BAD lever. There were some clearance issues. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that in a minute, and we'll take a look at the original XMR and this XMR2, kind of a side-by-side, and take a look at the differences. Standard Odin Works POP packaging here. Get this opened real quick. It ships with a Allen key. And of course, this particular one is in red. These are available in multiple colors: flat dark earth, black, red, of course, I believe green. There might be a gray one, I don't recall off the top of my head. So they've got a silver, maybe not gray, but silver. They've got a good collection of different colors. This one happens to be red. And the actual magazine release button here comes attached with these two bolts. These bolts, at least I believe in the previous generation one, these bolts didn't have any type of thread locker on them. I'll just take one off. Definitely no thread locker on these bolts. I do recommend that once you get this installed, put a little dab of blue Loctite on it. That way these won't loosen up on you down the road. So the installation of this device is pretty much standard. Remove your existing magazine release button and replace it with this one. Of course, you can see the two sides here. One side has no threaded holes in it, well, except for the main center hole, and the other side has the two small threaded holes. So this obviously goes on the outside. You would install that and then go back in and install the lever with the supplied Allen bolts. So if you want to see the installation of this, look at my previous video where I actually installed this on a rifle. I'm not going to repeat that here for obvious reasons. So I do have a rifle here that I have the XMR installed on. So let me get that out, and we'll take a look at the original XMR and supposedly the clearance issues with the Microsoft BAD lever. Okay, you can see on this particular rifle here, I have the original Odin Works XMR installed, and I also have a Magpul BAD lever. The bolt on this right now is actually locked back. The reason I have it locked back is basically to kind of give you an idea of the clearance issues here. Supposedly, some individuals have had issues bringing up their trigger finger to go to do a bolt release and actually hitting this. I've used this quite extensively at the range, and I've never run into that problem. You know, when I come up, maybe my finger will come up like this, and I'll feel it, and I'll swing it down. Now there isn't a lot of space here to get your finger on this lever, but I can do it. I've done it with gloves, I've done it with my finger, and I haven't run into any issues. But obviously, Odin Works received enough feedback concerning clearance issues that they designed a second generation one specifically for clearance with the BAD levers. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this one and install the new one, and I'll do that off camera, and we'll be right back. Okay, all I did was remove the original XMR and bolt on the XMR2. The magazine release buttons themselves are identical in the whole lineups and such. So you can notice right off the bat that there's additional clearance between the bad lever and the Odin XMR2. The XMR2 also, this area right here is actually scalloped. It's recessed down. So if you bring your trigger finger up like this and go to sweep, it's actually a lot lower, and it's easier for you to hit the BAD lever this way. The original one wasn't scalloped at all. So when you placed your finger up here, you were just barely grazing the top of the bad lever, which wasn't, I just didn't have an issue with it myself, but I can see where possibly people with larger fingers definitely could have a problem. And their design fixes definitely appear to address that by scalloping this. Your finger sits lower, so if you do bring your finger up like this and sweep it downwards, you're getting more finger in contact with the bad lever, which is good. The tab that extended out below this obviously is removed. So you've got more space. Your finger can drop down and hit this lever. So they put some thought into the redesign, and I think they came up with a good solution to an existing issue for users who use the BAD lever. Now, since I haven't used, and Troy has the same type of a similar lever, and there's a couple other ones on the market, and it's very possible that those might be a little bit more problematic than the Magpul BAD lever. I don't know, since I haven't used them. But Odin Works on their website directly state that the XMR2 is compatible with the Magpul BAD lever. So they called out the Magpul item by name. They didn't make any mention to the other ones. So that would lead me to believe that this redesign was a direct response to compatibility with the bad lever. Anyway, the retail on the original XMR is $20. The XMR2 is $22. I've seen them online for roughly the same price, so it's not like you're saving a lot of money with one over the other. My recommendation would be, if you're going to buy one of these, even if you're not running a BAD lever, just go ahead and get the XMR2. That way, somewhere down the line, if you do decide to run a battery assist device, you won't run into any possible incompatibilities or clearance issues. Again, an excellent aluminum item that's anodized. I've seen several of the different colors. The black is nice, the red is nice. I've seen the silver. I've even seen the lime green one. So if you wanted to do a zombie themed gun, you could get a lime green one. colors are good, the anodizing is good, the bolts that these ship with are quality bolts, quality tool. And yeah, that's about all my talking points I have on the Odin Works XMR 2. I'm going to leave it on this rifle and use it a bit. If I come up with any other thoughts that are worth noting, I'll add them to the comments of this particular video. But so far, I think this is definitely a very logical upgrade to an excellent product made by Odin Works.